Hello and welcome. Welcome to another beautiful session of Soulful Saturdays with Sailor. That's me. This is your weekly spiritual retreat designed to guide you on your journey of self-discovery and inner peace. Each month, we focus on a unique theme that encourage reflection and growth, exploring topics that resonate deeply within our spirits. Every Saturday, we dive into a new talking point that aligns with our monthly theme, offering fresh perspectives and practical insights to help you apply these teachings in your daily life. From embracing change to cultivating gratitude, discovering self-love, manifesting your dreams, and so much more. Our discussions are crafted to nurture your soul and empower your spirit. These are guided discussions with some meditations for your Soulful Saturday experience. It's all about providing a nurturing environment where you can feel seen, heard, and valued, and being who you are meant to be right now. And join us each Saturday as we embark on the heart-centered journey together, exploring these new themes every month and diving deep into spiritual practices that brings us fulfillment and joy. It's all about creating a soulful, meaningful life, one week at a time. And our beautiful tagline is empower your spirit, build a strong sense of self. And empowering your spirit is the heart of our sessions. It reflects the transformative journey of connecting with your inner self, tapping into your spiritual essence. And when we empower our spirit, we're not just nurturing our spiritual well-being, we're awakening the profound strength that lies within us. This empowerment leads us to greater clarity, purpose, and a sense of peace that transcends our daily life. And that bit about building a strong sense of self, yes, this speaks to the result of this empowerment. A strong sense of self is all about knowing who you are at your core, embracing your unique qualities and standing confidently in your truth. It's about developing that self-awareness, self-acceptance that allows you to navigate life with grace, resilience, and authenticity. So for the theme for September, it was satisfaction. And the first week we explored the idea, the source of true satisfaction. And we learned that the lasting happiness isn't found in external achievements or material possessions, but within us, and aligning with our values and inner truth. The second week, we explored cultivating contentment in the present moment, what it really meant to live in the present moment for us to find true satisfaction. And the third week, we dove into the concept of self-acceptance and how it plays a crucial role in achieving true satisfaction in life, in living. And for today, we will explore the habit of comparing ourselves to others often leads to feeling dissatisfaction, envy, self-doubt, jealous. Yeah, you know the list. However, before we get started, we always like to start our sessions off with meditation. And this meditation is going to focus on letting go and embracing presence. I welcome everyone. I welcome each and every one of you to begin finding a comfortable position, either seated, lying down, maybe standing. But gently close your eyes and take a deep breath in through your nose and slowly exhale through your mouth. With each breath, allow yourself to settle into this space, letting go of the day's distractions and worries. Take another deep breath in, filling your lungs completely. And as you exhale, feel any tension in your body begin to soften. Let your shoulders drop. Let your jaw relax. And allow your forehead to go smooth. Just be here right now. Now bring your attention to your breath. Notice the rise and the fall of your chest and belly as you breathe in and out. Each breath is a reminder that this moment is enough. There is nowhere else you need to be, nothing else you need to do. Just breathe. Just breathe this moment. And as you breathe, let your awareness expand from your breath to your body. Feel the sensation of your body resting on the ground or the chair, the texture of your clothes against your skin, the subtle movements of your body as you breathe. Allow yourself to be fully present in the physical self. Now gently bring to mind the feelings of comparison. Notice how it feels if your body, when you think of times you've compared yourself to others. Maybe there's a tightness in your chest, a heaviness in your heart, or tension in your stomach. Without judgment, just notice it. Breathe into that feeling, and on an exhale, imagine the tension beginning to dissolve, releasing with every out breath. And as you continue to breathe, allow these words to resonate deeply within you. Silently or out loud, repeat this affirmation. I release the need to compare myself to others. My journey is unique and perfect for me. And once again, I release the need to compare myself to others. My journey is unique and perfect to me. And once again, I release the need to compare myself to others. My journey is unique and perfect to me. Feel the truth of this affirmation in your heart. Imagine your own journey unfolding like a beautiful path, distinct from any other. See the path as a vibrant and alive, filled with your own experiences, growth, and triumphs. It's yours and yours alone. And it's perfect as it is. With each breath, feel a sense of freedom, as if a weight is lifting off your shoulders. Let go of the burden of comparisons. Let go of the need to measure yourself against someone else. Trust that you are exactly where you need to be. Take a moment. Take a few more breaths. Inhaling peace. Exhaling any lingering doubt. Let your heart fill with gratitude for your own journey and for all that makes you uniquely you. And when you're ready, gently bring your awareness back to the room. Feel the surface beneath you. Hear the sounds around you and slowly begin to wiggle your toes, to wiggle your fingers. And take one last deep breath in. And as you exhale, softly open your eyes. And know that you are enough. And your journey is beautiful. Carry this sense of presence and acceptance with you as we continue our journey together today. And now that you are present, and now that your mind is open, and now that you are willing and ready, let's start our session. Today, we are going to talk about letting go of comparisons. Let's explore how the habit of comparing ourselves of others often leads to feeling dissatisfaction, envy, self-doubt, jealousy. Yeah, you know that list. Let's learn how freeing ourselves from these comparisons allows us to find satisfaction in our unique journey. By focusing on our own growth, we will not only celebrate our personal achievements, but also cultivate a deeper joy and self-acceptance. Together we will uncover the beauty, embracing our individuality and stay true to our own path. So why is it so important that we let go of comparisons? Well, letting go of comparisons is important because at its core, comparisons can steal our sense of peace and happiness. And when we compare ourselves to others, we often judge our lives based on an unrealistic standard, usually the highlight reel of someone else's experiences. This can lead us to feel inadequate, disconnected, and even resentful, which prevents us from seeing the beauty of our own journey. Comparisons distract us from appreciating our unique gifts and limits our capacity for self-love. When we let go of comparing, we make room for contentment, clarity, and authentic joy in our lives. I want to share a little tough love moment for you. Comparing ourselves to others is habitual. We have created a habit. And the good news is, this habit you can change. Oh, yes. We are the ones that are in control, and we can change and control this habit. Yes, it is habitual. And why do we call it a habit? Why is this a habit of comparison? Well, let's dive into that a little bit. We refer to comparison as a habit because it's often something we do automatically without even realizing it. Habits are behaviors that we repeat so frequently that we become ingrained in our day-to-day lives. In much the same way of comparing ourselves to others, it's a default response, something we do repeatedly and unconditionally, especially in a world where we constantly expose ourselves to others. And we are exposed to others' lives through social media, advertisements, and conversations. Yes, the habit of comparison is deeply rooted into our human nature. From an early age on, we are conditioned to compare ourselves to others as a way to gauge how well we're doing, whether it's school or in our social groups or later in our careers and personal lives. We see other successes and begin to use them as benchmarks for our own value, which turns comparisons into a recurring thought pattern. This repetition is what ultimately forms a habit, a habitual way of thinking that really affects our well-being. The habit of comparison works like any other habit. It gets reinforced over time, especially when we aren't aware of it. When we see others achieving something we desire, our mind almost instinctively evaluates our own life against theirs. This can happen so quickly that we might not even notice the comparison taking place until we've already feeling inadequate or dissatisfied. Habits are often formed because they serve as a purpose. And in the past, the comparison may have served a protective function, helping us to learn or grow by identifying areas to improve. However, in today's world, this habit can easily turn into something destructive, undermining our confidence and leading to chronic dissatisfaction. By calling it a habit, we also acknowledge that just like any habit, it can be changed. It's empowering to recognize that we are not victims of comparison. Instead, we can make a conscious effort to break free from it. Yes, break free from it. With awareness and consistent practice, we can replace the habit of comparing ourselves to others with habits that uplift us, like gratitude, self-acceptance, and focusing on our own growth. Changing this habit starts with noticing when we are comparing. Every time we catch ourselves in the act of comparison, we have an opportunity to reframe that thought. Instead of asking, why am I not where they are? We can instead ask, what am I grateful for in my own journey? Or what have I achieved that I am proud of? This shift requires intention, patience, and practice. The qualities that help us. These are the qualities that help us rewrite our habitual thought patterns. Intention, patience, and practice. Ultimately, understanding comparison as a habit helps us see it for what it is. It's a learned behavior that can be unlearned. And we can rewire our minds to focus on celebrating our individual paths rather than evaluating ourselves against someone else's journey. It takes time. But as we replace the habit of comparison with new positive habits, we create space for more joy, self-acceptance, and satisfaction in our lives. And once we do let go of comparisons, who will we become? When we let go of comparisons, we will become someone who is free. Free from the constraint, the need to prove our worthiness or live up to someone else's expectations. We will become more grounded, centered, and confident in our own identity. By focusing on our own growth, we will learn to trust ourselves and our unique journey, finding deeper satisfaction in our everyday life. You're going to become someone who celebrates your own milestones, no matter how small, and who can fully appreciate others without feeling less than. Ultimately, you'll become a person who lives in alignment with your true self. A person who acknowledges your own potential and honors the distinct and beautiful path that is meant for you. This transformation allows you to live more authentically, experiencing true happiness and cultivating a life filled with purpose and self-love. We want to share with you a few of the benefits of letting go of comparisons. And hopefully these are going to resonate with you and you'll be able to move forward with them. And one of the benefits is to increase your self-acceptance. And when you stop comparing yourself to others, you develop a deeper appreciation for who you are, and where you are in life. You start valuing your strengths and accepting your imperfections without needing to measure up to someone else's standards. Another benefit is a greater inner peace. Letting go of comparisons brings a sense of relief and calm. You no longer feel like competing with others or falling short, which reduces anxiety and fosters a sense of ease. Improved focus is another benefit. When you aren't distracted by others and what others are doing, you can focus more on your personal goals and what truly matters to you. This clarity helps you progress in your own way without the burden of others' expectations. And another benefit, authentic joy and fulfillment. Hello. And when you stop comparing, you can celebrate the successes of others while also finding joy in your own journey. You begin to recognize that your path has its own timing and rewards, leading to more genuine feelings of fulfillment. And one more benefit, healthier relationships. Letting go of comparisons allows you to connect with others without envy or resentment. Instead, you build a more meaningful relationship based on empathy, understanding, and shared humanity. Comparisons tend to focus on external markers of success, leading us to forget that the beauty of our own individuality. Each of us is on a distinct journey with our own challenges and triumphs. Today, we're going to explore some practical ways to break free. Yes, let's break free from this cycle of comparison and embrace the beauty of our own personal path. And tip number 1, focus on your unique journey. Spend time identifying your strengths and celebrating what makes you unique. List 3 things that you value most about yourself. This could be your kindness, creativity, resilience. Reflect on these qualities and how they play an important role in your own journey so far. Set aside a few moments every day to appreciate something about yourself. For example, write a daily self-acknowledgement in your journal about your journey. Today, I am proud of myself for. By doing this consistently, you'll start to cultivate a deeper appreciation for your own path. Tip number 2. This is a doozy. Limit social media exposure. Social media often fuels comparisons. We see highlights of others, how they live their life, and we often assume that their snapshots represent their entire reality. Reducing social media exposure can significantly diminish the urge to compare. Set specific times for social media use or try a social media detox. For a day or even a week, notice how your mood shifts when you're not constantly consuming others' highlight reels. Instead, use that time to do something nurturing for yourself, like taking a walk, reading a book, spending time with loved ones, setting aside Saturday morning for Soulful Saturdays with Sailor. Tip number 3, practice gratitude for your own life. Gratitude is a powerful antidote to comparison. When we focus on what we have, we feel more content and fulfilled. And to do this, start a gratitude journal where you write 3 things that you're grateful for each day. These don't have to be grand things. It could be something as simple as enjoying a warm cup of tea or having a supportive conversation with a friend. This practice helps you appreciate your own life rather than wishing for someone else's. Tip number 4, reframe the negative self-talk. Hello. And if any of you know me by now, communication with yourself or the conversations you have with yourself will be the most important ones you have. Reframe the negative self-talk. Pay attention to your internal dialogue. When you notice yourself slipping into comparison, pause and gently reframe that thought into something positive. For example, if you catch yourself thinking, I am not as successful as my friends. No. Try reframing it to, I'm proud of my progress, the progress I have made, and I am moving at my own pace. Use the affirmation from today. I release the need to compare myself to others. My journey is unique and perfect for me. Use this as a mental reminder. Reframe your negative self-talk. How about tip number 5? Celebrate your personal growth. Instead of comparing yourself to others, compare yourself to where we are in the past. Reflect on your growth and celebrate it. Take a moment to look back at time when you struggled with something that now feels easier. Perhaps it was a skill you've developed, a fear you faced, or even a new habit you cultivated. Notice the progress, however small, and acknowledge yourself for it. Share your growth with a friend or a family member if it feels right. Sometimes voicing our accomplishments helps solidify them. Our tip number 6 is practice mindfulness and presence. Comparisons often pull us away from the present moment and leave us focused on what we lack. Mindfulness helps us stay connected to our lives, especially as they unfold. Engage in a brief, mindful practice each day. Simply sit for 5 minutes, focusing on your breath. Notice your thoughts without judgment. And if thoughts of comparison arise, label them gently as comparison and not let them go. And then let them go. Return to your breath, reminding yourself that this moment is enough. And our last tip, number 7, create affirmations for self-comparison. Develop a few affirmations to remind yourself of your own worthiness and uniqueness. Write affirmations like, I am enough exactly as I am, or I trust my unique path. Place these affirmations somewhere visible, on your mirror, in your car, or as a reminder on your phone. Repeat them whenever you catch yourself comparing. Those are a few tips that we'd like to share with you, and hopefully you will start practicing them. Because letting go of comparison isn't about pretending that other successes don't exist. Instead, it's about recognizing that your own journey is valuable and meaningful. And the more we embrace our uniqueness and let go of the need to measure up to someone else's standards, the more joy, peace, and satisfaction we can cultivate in our lives. Today, let's commit to focusing on our own beautiful, messy, and perfect journeys. And Theodore Roosevelt, his words were, "Comparison is the thief of joy." And yes, that quote from Theodore Roosevelt holds profound truth when we consider how often our joy is disrupted by the simple act of comparing our lives to others. To fully understand this, it helps to think about what happens when we compare ourselves to someone else. Whether it's their career, their relationships, their physical appearance, or their lifestyle, we often come away feeling that we fall short. The instant we make these comparisons, the contentment we might have felt about our own life begins to diminish. Imagine you just finished a project that you are genuinely proud of, and in that moment, you feel happy, accomplished, and fulfilled. But then you see someone else's work on social media, someone who perhaps has more experience or more resources, and you start comparing. Suddenly, what you have felt proud of only moments ago seems inadequate. The joy you had is taken away, not because anything about your work changed, but because comparison led you to doubt yourself. And in that comparison truly steals. This steals your joy by shifting your focus away from what is good in your life and replacing it with the feelings of lack. Comparison also has a way of distorting reality. We usually compare the parts of our lives that we're most insecure about and the parts of others' lives that seem perfect. This habit blinds us to our own blessings and unique qualities. It prevents us from celebrating our achievements and appreciating the beauty of our own journey. We lose sight of things right in front of us because we're not focused on what we think we're missing. This constant sense of lacking, of never measuring up, robs us of the opportunity to feel uniquely, genuinely happy about who we are and where we are. The reason letting go of comparison is crucial is that it allows us to reclaim our joy. Joy comes from within. It's about finding satisfaction and gratitude in our own experiences, no matter how different they may be from someone else's. When we let go of comparisons, we start to see that we each have a unique path and purpose. We begin to appreciate our strengths, acknowledging our progress, and accepting that we're exactly where we need to be. This shift in perspective enables us to experience genuine contentment, a joy that isn't dependent on others, but grows from a sense of alignment with our own values, progress, and journey. Letting go of comparison doesn't mean we won't still admire others or be inspired by their journeys. Instead, it means we no longer use someone else's life as a benchmark for our own happiness. We can learn to celebrate others without letting their success overshadow our own worth. By doing this, we free ourselves from unnecessary suffering and open up space for true joy. Joy that comes from being deeply connected to our own path and proud of who we are without needing anyone else's story to validate or diminish us. Remember, comparison takes us out of the present moment and into a mindset of deficiency. By letting go of that habit, we allow joy to flourish because we're no longer focused on what we think we lack. Instead, we're grateful for what we have, proud of who we are, and satisfied with the unique journey that we are on. That's when we experience true joy, joy that no one and nothing can take away. Today, we explored why letting go of comparisons is such an important part of our journey towards greater happiness and self-acceptance. We've looked at how comparison can rob us of our joy and peace, how it distracts us from the beauty of our unique path, and why breaking free from the habit is crucial from embracing who we truly are. We also covered the benefits that come when we release the need to measure ourselves against others, benefits like greater self-acceptance, inner peace, and genuine fulfillment. Letting go of comparisons also allows us to live more authentically, to see ourselves through the lens of love and appreciation rather than judgment and lack. And finally, we shared some practical insights and tips for letting go of comparison in our daily lives. Remember, it's not about perfection, it's about progress and being patient with ourselves as we learn this habit. Each time you catch yourself comparing, take a moment to breathe, refocus, and appreciate where you are in your journey. And as we leave today's session, take with you the affirmation. I release the need to compare myself to others. My journey is unique and perfect for me. Let this reminder guide you wherever the urge of compare arises. Let it remind you that your path, with all of its ups and downs, is beautifully yours, worthy of celebration, gratitude, and love. And as we close out our Soulful Saturday session, I invite you, each of you, to carry the essence of today's journey with you into the week ahead. Remember that the path that we are walking on is not about finding something outside of ourselves. It's about coming home to the truth of who we are. As we navigate life's ups and downs, may you always find comfort in knowing that the Spirit holds the wisdom you need. And our wonderful quote from someone unknown: the greatest journey is the one that leads you home to yourself. And may you continue this beautiful journey inward with an open heart, empowered spirit, and a strong sense of self. And until we meet again next week, be gentle with yourself and let your light shine brightly. And then stay tuned for next month. We're going to be embracing change. Yes. October is all about embracing change, and our weekly talks will be: week 1, understanding the nature of change. Week 2, letting go and moving forward. And week 3, finding stability amongst change. And week 4, transformative power of change. This is another fabulous session of Soulful Saturdays with Sailor. May you go forward with a heart full of gratitude and a mind anchored in the present moment. Have a peaceful and content week ahead. See you next Saturday.